These are Sunclix battery connectors that you'll find inside your Solax installation box. These are used to connect to the inverter, and then Solax have changed them to a blue Deverland connector somewhere halfway through 2023. They may be changing back to the Sunclix connectors because the feedback from the Deverland hasn't been great. So we're going to go through putting these Sunclix connectors onto battery cables. So if your battery cables are not long enough, or you wanted to change the size or the length, then this is how to put a Sunclix connector on. I'm going to start with the positive connector. You can identify that by the positive sign near my thumbnail there. This is the negative connector, and you can see that's got a negative symbol near my thumb there. To put these on, firstly you're going to have to take off the screw at the end. Thread that onto the cable before you start. The cable, it's good quality, heavy duty 6mm solar cable. So you need to make sure it's at least 6mm for the battery terminals. Now 6mm is capable of carrying all the battery power that you need for a Solax inverter. Normally it's rated at a maximum of 30 amps on the inverter, and 6mm cable is capable of carrying more than that. It looks very small, but because the batteries are high voltage, the amperage is fairly low, so the cables don't need to be big. Strip 15mm off the end of the wire that you want to put the terminal on. So I'm just going to do it the old method of rolling it around on a Stanley knife, like that. There we go, and we've got a nice bare wire. Now what we need to do so it doesn't fray is just twist that wire together before we insert it into the connector. These connectors don't require any tools. They're toolless connectors. It just works by friction and clamping. Okay, so take the wire, insert it inside the connector carefully so that the wires don't fray. And then I want you to just keep pushing until the wire emerges just under here. You can see it inside there. The wire comes through to where the clamp is. So if I just point it with the knife, you can see the insulation comes up to here, and the 15mm of wire sticks up to the black thread here. Then all you're going to do is squash down the retaining clip until it goes click, and then it's held underneath. And the friction there holds the wire in place and makes a good connection. After that, you need to push the connector together so it all goes inside the main housing. And you need to just push and again until it clicks. And when it clicks, these little clips here engage so it can't come out again. After that, all you need to do is screw the end on. Make sure it's not cross-threaded, and just keep turning it until the gap completely closes up, or as near as it can. Now it has a hexagon here, so you can tighten it up with a spanner if you can't tighten it up far enough with your fingers. And it really should be done with a spanner, just gently until it's as tight as it can go. And that's it. That's all there is to putting a Sunclix connector on a battery cable. If you by any chance want to take the connectors apart again to reuse them, you can take them apart. So undo the nut on the back, take it right off. Now this isn't particularly easy, but it is possible. Take a small screwdriver and just lift up the clips until they disengage from the side. And you'll have to do that on both sides. Like that, until the end pulls out. After that, you need to lift up the clip as well, where it's clamped onto the wire. And that, if you can just see on the camera, I'm trying to make it so you can see on the camera. push down the clip with your thumb, and as you push down, you're going to just lift out the clip, the retaining clip that's holding it on, like that with a screwdriver, and then lift up the clip back to its original position. After that, you can just withdraw the wire from the plug. And then that plug is fully reusable as long as you haven't damaged it. And you can see what a good contact it's made. It's actually bent the wire inside. So you can actually reuse that connector on another cable or another piece of wire if you want to.